All right. Hello out there, everybody. Today, we're here to honor two U.S. Marshals who were killed in the line of duty. This is Special Deputy U.S. Marshal Addison Beck and Special Deputy U.S. Marshal Lewis Merritt. These two marshals rode out of Fort Smith into Indian Territory, which is known as Oklahoma. They had a warrant for a man named John Bart or John Bark. They're not for sure of his last name exactly, but he was listed as a Cherokee Indian, and he was just wanted for some whiskey violations. And this was supposed to be a simple warrant. Addison Beck had promised his wife that after this ride right here was served, he would find a job that was a little less dangerous. The two marshals rode out into Indian Territory, and where they found John Bart in a cornfield between what was known at the time was called Childers Station, which is Sallisaw, Oklahoma, and Weber's Falls. The two were There were other men in the field with John Bart, and he had been warned that the marshals were coming for him. And the moment they arrived, another man that was with John Bart began firing. His name was Johnson Jacks. He started shooting, and the story says that he hit Addison Beck with a shot that was fatal, directly to the head, killing Beck instantly, and fired at Merritt. And Merritt was returning fire, and they claimed that he hit Jacks a couple of times, but Merritt was shot several times. And while he was still alive, Jacks supposedly shot Merritt some more and then smashed his head in with the butt of his gun. So he was a brutal man. Uh, when the information or the story, when the news got back to Fort Smith Federal Marshal's Office sent out a posse of 10 men, one which included the famous Marshal Bass Reeves. And they went in there Indian Territory to apprehend these bad men. They found Johnson Jacks, who was seriously wounded. He was being held in a small cabin in the Muskogee County area. He didn't put up a fight. He was arrested, and he admitted to killing both of the marshals. So he was so badly wounded, though, when they arrested him and tried to bring him back to Fort Smith, they say he died on the way. But Addison Beck was 38 years old. Lewis Merritt was 21. They say both men were good marshals. So it's a sad day to lose these two men. And here they are today, here at Oak Cemetery in Fort Smith, Arkansas, both of them buried side by side.
So here's Addison Beck, born 1845, died 1883. I believe he was 37 or 38 years old.
Yeah.
I don't think your microphone may not be picking me up. You read that.
Oh, it says here lies Deputy U.S Marshal Lewis Merritt, killed in the line of duty, alongside Addison Beck, September the 27th, 1883. It says his age was 22. He was a young man. He was not married. Addison Beck was married, and he had a wife and he had children. We're going to try to do a story on his children because there was a lot of great loss before Addison Beck was, well, he was murdered, and so he has some history before this murder that we want to discuss in
Yeah, we're
another
gonna go
film.
do a video on his children. They're at a different cemetery. He lost 4 children in a 10-year period. We're going to show their graves. Their tombstones look really cool on the internet anyway. And they were ages 5, 4. One was possibly close to 2, and one was 10 hours old. So he lost 4 children before he died. And 5 years or 5 or 6 years after he died is when he lost his life. But we're going to go do a video on that cemetery. It's out in the country, so we're going to have to drive a little bit, but we're going to go make one and get it on here for you in another week. Their tombstones on Find a Grave look really cool. So we're going to do that, and we thank you for watching.